All right, I'm getting underway here, heading west on Baseline Road. I kind of have a route mapped out, but that may change depending on how I feel and what looks good. One of the nice things about living here in Apache Junction and the whole entire Phoenix area is that everything's on a grid. So all the main roads are basically a mile apart from each other, north, south, and east, west. And it makes it really easy to navigate and find everything. So Apache Junction is a pretty small city. I've lived here for 4.5 years now, going on 5 years, and I really enjoy it here. Primarily due to its location, but also because it's quiet, there's no traffic, and it just kind of feels like a small town. It feels smaller than it even is, which is really nice. The good thing about a lot of these roads in town, or around the town, is that there's a nice big shoulder, dirt shoulder, which you can run on and bike on without too much worry of someone hitting you in the back while they're texting somebody. So this is a new U-Haul center, just recently opened within the past maybe year, if not less. And that's why they expanded this section of the road right here. All right, I'm crossing under US Highway 60 now. Most of the town is north of 60 so far, but actually south of here, they annexed a lot of land and they're building new neighborhoods further south as the town is expanding. Okay, here's Southern Avenue, the next north-south street. Then I'm gonna be turning left, heading west on Southern. Superstitions Shadows Park Aquatic Center, and there's also a skate park, and then west of that is the high school. So here's the track, which I've never used. I don't know if you can. All right, I just crossed Ironwood Drive, still heading west on Southern Avenue, and this is typical of Apache Junction. A lot of mobile homes, a lot of trailer homes, a lot of parks like this all around the city pretty much. And a lot of these are occupied by snowbirds, so this time of year they'll be, less than half full. And over here we have the hospital. Not too big, but there's bigger ones not too far away. So there's a mix of older homes, newer construction, a lot of mobile homes, like I said, some in neighborhoods, some just on lots throughout the city, like these. All right, I'm up to Broadway Road, the next main north-south street. Then I'll be turning left, or turning right on Meridian to head north. This will be as far west as I go. This is the edge of town here. You cross over Meridian and you're into Mesa. Okay, here's Apache Trail, Main Street. Welcome to Apache Junction. It's a big Harley-Davidson center right here. If you're into Harleys, maybe this would be a place to check out. Just look at that view down Main Street, and it only gets better from here. Yeah, a mix of local businesses and then your bigger chains. And then a lot of older buildings, but a lot of new construction too. All right, I'm gonna head south on Ironwood Drive just for a little bit, then come back to recommend my first business. The first business I wanna recommend is Strong's Auto Repair. Jerry Strong, really good guy. Fixed my air conditioning a few years ago. So some more new construction going on. Right next to some fairly new construction, the Dutch Brothers here. And the next business I want to recommend here is First Choice Glass. They did my Honda Civic windshield. And this is Apache Junction Tires and Service. It's a pretty good shop. I've come here quite a bit, gotten new tires and flats fixed. So I just turned north. Apache Trail actually continues this way, and the road becomes Old West Highway heading east. This is kind of the downtown area, I would say, if there is one. This is probably the busiest intersection in town right here. Idaho Road and Old West Highway. So there's a Big Fry's to the north of Old West Highway over here. I'm heading west again, just gonna go back to Apache Trail and then head north from there. And then here on Apache Trail, this is ADR, True Value Hardware. So I do most of my hardware shopping here as long as I have it. It's a pretty small store, but the people in there are pretty friendly and really helpful. Right here is the junction of Idaho Road and Apache Trail. So this is where Apache Trail continues northeast up to Lost Dutchman State Park, Goldfield Ghost Town, and then eventually Canyon Lake. I'm gonna be turning north on Idaho. So heading north on Idaho Road, it's past some of the government complex buildings, city, I guess another state, and maybe even federal stuff too. Okay, continuing north on Idaho Road. One of the nice things about the city is there's still a lot of open space. Patches of desert here and there, vacant lots. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna start filling up eventually, but it's definitely in the 5 years that I've been here, it's taken its time. All right, this is the intersection of Lost Dutchman Boulevard and Idaho Road, and probably some of the nicest views in the city. Yeah, so you have your view west and then north, looking at the Goldfield Mountains here. Idaho Road continues, then dead ends at the National Forest pretty much up there. Yeah, this is all flood control here, big embankment. In case you have a major rainstorm in the Superstitions or Goldfields, it's gonna catch all of it here. So I'm gonna continue east on Lost Dutchman Boulevard. All right, I'm coming up on the intersection with Apache Trail. So I will turn left and head northeast up to the state park and national forest and the Goldfield Ghost Town. Here's a place I have not been to yet, but want to check out eventually. This Lost Dutchman Museum. Just before I got here, as I was riding north, this big group of cyclists was riding south. I think they kind of looked at me like, what are you doing, man? It's funny because they all had uniforms on. I had no idea there were that many professional cyclists in the world, but they seem to be everywhere. We are almost at the Goldfield Ghost Town here. This is the Goldfield Ghost Town here. I started to ride in there, but there was a sign prohibiting filming and whatnot, so I figured better not do this. I'll come out here and film from a public place, the road. We're coming up on Lost Dutchman State Park here. I'm gonna go in a little bit, just film the entrance maybe. Well, walk-ins are not permitted, so maybe I better not bike in any further either. Yeah, a little ways up here is First Water Road, which is the entrance to the National Forest and access to the Second Water Trailhead or First Water Trailhead, whatever it is. But there's several trailheads along this road, including one right at the beginning. These signs here are relatively new, so this is actually kind of an unofficial trailhead. So yeah, we're here, and there are two trails at least that kind of just head basically right along here and meet up with the Crosscut Trail. And then you can take that to the Siphon Draw Trail and then up to the Flatiron. This is probably the first time I've been here without any cars in this little parking lot behind me. Pretty nice to have this all to myself right now. Well, this is the furthest point away in our tour of Apache Junction. It's time to head back. I'm gonna go through a different route on the way home. I have to bike back down Apache Trail for maybe 2 miles and then I'll take another road. I'm back to the Superstition Museum here and I'll be making the next left. Okay, we've come to Mountain View Road. This is what I'll be taking south. I'm on the straightaway of Mountain View Road heading south now. This is a pretty nice area, a lot of nice homes. Quiet, great views of the mountains. I'm coming up on Broadway Road now again, and I'm gonna head east. I'll show you the Broadway trailhead. So this is pretty much the end of Broadway Road in the valley. If this is still part of Apache Junction, one of the nicest neighborhoods, if not the nicest neighborhood. Either way, it's close enough. Superstition Highlands. I'm not gonna tour it. And this is the Broadway trailhead. I'll get a look at the Broadway cave really fast. There's the Broadway cave there. This is beautiful. There's a high concentration of saguaros up here. At least maybe a little bit more than normal. It's a beautiful area. I just crossed over Mountain View Road and still heading west on Broadway. And I'm gonna go south on Goldfield Road. I have about 2 miles to get to home. I live in the southeast corner of town. It's pretty quiet down there, but they actually built a new neighborhood south of us. And I'm sure it's just gonna continue to grow and grow. The good thing about here though, it does seem to be taking its time, at least more so than other places in the valley. So it's pretty nice. I'll take it while it lasts. It's a good place to live. Here's a look east-southeast at Silly Mountain, the mountain that I have summited most of my life. All right, I am back. Nice ride. It's kind of relaxing, a little bit tiring. All right, I am back and all finished up. I got exactly 27 miles, exactly 3 hours and 27 minutes, believe it or not. 650 feet of elevation gain was it, but I figured out it was mostly flat. And a nice tour of the city. It was definitely fun. It's nice to see things, at least on a bike, if not on foot. But that was it, the tour of Apache Junction. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, I've been living here for a little bit more than 4.5 years, going on 5 years, and it's been great so far. I definitely enjoy being here, love being here, and love having the mountains so close, and just having the quiet and the peace, little traffic, and it's a very good place to call home. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day.